good enough.
Hey guys, Damon Hobson in a video, and today we're reacting to
Upgrade.
bugs that crawl into your body. Into your body. Do you know?
The world can be a
Do you know how disgusting that is?
content from not only the richest, but Screen Rant, the Taco, the Sportster, the Things, and many more.
You guys should know how
Thousands of
disgusting
your
that
favorite
is.
videos in one place is a no-brainer.
That's
Click here to be the first in
disgusting.
line for the premium.
Ew. Right?
Speaking of interacting, before we proceed, make sure you interact with our site by clicking those subscribe and notification buttons. With that done, let's start the show.
Do that, yeah.
Flies.
Do exactly what she said.
For a lot of people, flies are more of a nuisance than anything else.
Yeah.
After all, who hasn't been sitting outside enjoying a nice day and that pesky fly keeps landing on you? Or what about that time you made something to eat and looked over to see a fly sitting on your nice meal? Well, we have an added yuck factor for you. While flies generally do not look to get inside us intentionally, it does happen. Sure, there's the time a fly might go in your mouth and you may swallow it accidentally. Yet one story from Illinois is
Ew.
a little more unsettling. In this instance, Catherine McCann discovered a fly had crawled in her ear. The 92-year-old didn't suspect anything at first. Then, retirement home staff noticed she was scratching her ear. A lot. Closer inspection at a hospital revealed a disturbing truth. The fly had crawled in and laid eggs in her ear.
Ew.
The staff at the hospital
Ew.
knew this for sure because McCann had a few dozen maggots in her ear canal that needed to be removed. Ugh, that's not cool at all. Spider.
Well, they crawl in your mouth.
On their own,
They crawl in
spiders
your
can
mouth.
and
There's
do
no
creep a lot
answer
of
to
people
that.
out.
Crawl
If
in
you have
your mouth.
arachnophobia, then you know the feeling when you see one of these eight-legged guys going about their business. Usually, we have absolutely nothing to fear. After all, spiders
Is
are
the camera
incredibly
better?
important
Is the
when it
camera
comes to
better?
keeping other pests
Or
and
do I
controlling
need to like
insect
fix it? Like,
populations. Sure, there are the really poisonous and aggressive types, but those are mostly found in Australia or tropical climates. Mostly. That said, they can crawl inside of you. One lady in China went to the doctor's office complaining that she had an itchy ear. For the past 5 days, she hadn't been able to stop it. Upon closer inspection, doctors saw something unusual on their scopes. There, staring right back at them, was a small spider that had taken up shelter in the woman's ear canal. It likely crawled in while the woman was asleep, looking for brains. Just kidding. Afraid any attempt to grab the arachnid with tweezers might make it bite, they opted to fill her ear with a saline solution. Apparently, with its new home flooded, the little spider left for greener, drier pastures.
do you want a spider in your ear? Leave down in the
The
comments
Amazon River
below.
Basin is an area filled with all sorts of
What would
life.
you do?
Some of
Actually,
it's
I messed
even
up.
a little dangerous.
What would you do if a
Yet
spider
there's
crawled
one
into your
tiny
ear?
fish which has developed
Leave down in the
quite a
comments what would you
reputation
do.
we usually reserve for a Hollywood horror movie. Enter the Candiru.
Ew.
Now, there's no actual modern scientific proof that this fish seeks out humans to crawl inside. That said, there is a lot of anecdotal evidence dating back to the 19th century that suggests that this little guy loves to go up the urethra of humans who happen to be nearby. While most stories involve something about a Candiru going up the male urethra, the best documented cases actually appear to involve women, which doesn't really make things any better. So why would a fish want to do this? For a while, researchers thought it might be related to urine, but that was discredited. There's also the possibility it's a result of really bad luck. Regardless, what makes this such an unpleasant experience is that this little parasitic fish has barbs on its skin which angle backwards. This means once a Candiru is in, it is very difficult to pull straight out. Eels. Since we're already splashing about in the water, let's stay there for a minute. Spa treatments come in all sorts of styles. There is your usual creams, massages, chemical peels, and even laser treatment. One skin treatment, which is gaining increasing popularity, involves having fish nibble away the dead skin on your body. It's like an all-natural exfoliation, likely for those who have a thick tickle threshold. In China, Zhang Nan was undergoing this type of treatment when things went a little sideways. While most of us are used to seeing little fish used in this process, the spa Zhang went to used small eels. Immersed in the water, the eels nibbled away. Unfortunately, one of the eels must have been feeling a bit adventurous and went up his urethra. Feeling some discomfort, Zhang tried to grab the eel, but as we all know, eels are slippery little suckers. Incredibly, this eel ended up getting all the way into Zhang's bladder. Doctors were fortunately able to remove the eel, and we bet Zhang won't be returning to that spa anytime soon. Loa Loa.
That's disgusting, guys.
Okay, so
That's
there's absolutely no
disgusting.
good way to talk about
Ugh.
parasitic infections without making it sound
How
like
does
a
it
horror movie,
fit?
but we'll try.
The girls, I don't know
If
why
you've
the
seen those rather
I get the
disturbing
girls,
images
but
floating
why
around
the
internet that
boys?
involve a worm in someone's eye, those are not hoaxes. In all likelihood, what you are seeing is the Loa Loa, or African eye worm. The bad news is that this thing is very real. The good news is that it's isolated to Africa. So, how do you get it? In order to get infected with this parasite, the host first needs to be bitten by an infected mango fly or even deer fly. Once infected, the parasitic worm travels about in the subcutaneous tissues. If it ends up meeting a mate, then they lay eggs and a real infestation starts. Disturbingly, most people find out they are infected when they see one of these tiny and nearly clear worms swim across their eye. The good news is that through drug use and chemotherapy, there are preventative and curative measures to battle this little invader. It's quiz time. While mosquitoes don't crawl inside of you, they can infect a person with all sorts of deadly diseases. Which of the following is not a disease spread to humans through mosquito bites? A. Dengue fever, B. Plague, or C. Malaria? We'll give you
Malaria.
the answer after we show you a few more creatures
I
that
think
can
malaria.
get inside of you.
I don't study on.
Botflies.
I don't really study none of
There's a
this.
chance if you've ever been to Central or South America, you've seen a botfly.
But I'm pretty sure it's
There's
malaria
also a
or
chance that you may
fever.
have had a rather gross encounter with a botfly life cycle.
Cause I know that
There
they
are
can give you
several types of
fevers, right,
botflies,
guys? They can
and
give you
all have their
fevers.
favorite
I
animal
don't
to
know.
use as a host. Unfortunately, there is even one ugly little guy that targets people. Now, botflies must be smart because they get other pests to do their work. What we mean is that a female botfly will grab a mosquito or regular fly and cover it in her eggs. When that insect then lands on you, your body heat activates the eggs and the larvae hatch. These larvae then crawl into your skin. Disgusting, but that's nature. If left undisturbed, the botfly larva will grow and then work its way out of you. However, given most people don't want an itchy, uncomfortable red bump on their skin, removal is always preferred. This is usually done by covering the breathing hole the larva uses. A thick layer of Vaseline will have that larva emerging to find air. That's when you grab it and pull it out. Cockroach. In the world of creatures, perhaps none is so hated as the durable cockroach. These little guys scurry around in dark places and freak a lot of people out when they are spotted. Now, the vast majority of cockroaches prefer to stay away from people. They prefer dark, damp places with food that they can snack away on. Sure, every now and then one might come in direct contact with a human, but it's usually nothing to worry about. We're sorry to inform you that there is a small possibility that a cockroach can crawl inside a human body. In fact, recently in India, doctors removed a very live cockroach from a woman. No, it didn't burrow into her skin, but it was definitely inside her. During the night, the small roach had crawled up the woman's nose and worked its way deep into her sinuses. Complaining of itching and discomfort, the woman received the horrifying news that the insect had set up camp between her eyes. After a 45-minute procedure where doctors chased the roach around inside the woman's skull, the little trespasser was permanently evicted.
It kind of be easy to freaking step it up there and grab it, but then you have to
This
do
is another
x-rays
parasitic
for the
creature which
eggs
can
and...
crawl into a human and cause problems if not treated. Found in tropical and subtropical regions, the chigger is a flea which lives predominantly in sandy areas. When a human walks by in bare feet, the female flea attaches itself and burrows into the toes and foot. There it stays for the rest of its life. Once under your skin, the female chigger will feed on your blood. It will keep a very small part of its body sticking through the skin in order to defecate, breathe, and mate. Once a male has mated, the female will produce eggs. Anywhere from several hundred to 1,000 eggs are produced, which are eventually expelled. These can fall to the ground or stick to the host's feet, continuing the cycle of life. If the infestation is allowed to continue without treatment, a host's feet can become covered in bumps and infection. The result can be disfigurement, amputation, or worse. Prevention includes wearing shoes to prevent the female from attaching. If an infestation begins, antibiotics can be used effectively since the female requires a constant blood source to feed on. Leeches. Some people are likely
Of course
pretty
they can
grossed
give
out
you
by leeches.
diseases.
After all, they
Can they?
look gross. They wiggle around
but
and they suck your blood.
who would
That
ask
sounds
this
like 3
question
strikes to
actually?
me. Technically worms, these slippery little suckers come in a variety of types. The best known is the kind that sticks to its prey and fills up with a meal of blood. If you've ever gone swimming in a lake or pond, there's a good chance you or a friend came out of the water with a leech stuck to you. Now, there's a couple things that we definitely know about leeches. First, they like blood. Second, they have been used in medicine to treat various conditions. But do they crawl inside you? Ugh. Unfortunately, they can. One Scottish woman returned from a trip to Asia to discover that she
Really?
was having nosebleeds.
That's
Daniela
weird.
Liverani
So
thought nothing
weird,
of it
guys.
until she spotted a
Like
blood
you
clot
are
just
freaking leech
inside
in
her
your
nose.
body is
It was no blood clot.
wiggling in your
Over at the
freaking
hospital,
no.
staff
That's
removed the large
disgusting, right?
leech from Liverani's nose after it had been up there for a month. Ticks. Depending on where you live, every year at a certain time, you'll see notifications to watch out for ticks. These little pests are more than incredibly annoying since they have also been known to spread
Body for
disease.
weird.
Plus, they're just gross, and anyone who has ever had a tick on them knows exactly what we mean. Now, a tick doesn't usually crawl right inside you. That doesn't make it any less disgusting. This little arachnid generally just grabs onto you and jams its entire head into your skin where it then fills up on blood. Once filled up to a size of a large raisin, it drops off and goes about its business. Keep in mind that ticks aren't very discerning when it comes to where they take the blood from you. Your scalp, arm, leg, all potential buffets for this 8-legged nuisance. However, there have been examples of people finding ticks in stranger places. For instance, they have been found and removed from people's ear canals as well as nasal passages. So the next time you think you have a big booger in your nose, just be careful before you go digging for gold. So, do you know which disease isn't transmitted by mosquitoes? A. Dengue fever, B. Plague, or C. Malaria? The answer, B. Plague. As a result of mosquito bites, every year hundreds of millions of people are affected by dengue fever and malaria in tropical and subtropical regions of the world.
What if
Plague,
they
on the
ask
other
me
hand,
what
is
disease
most
they
often
give?
associated with fleas. Well,
Wow.
we figure your skin should be crawling enough by now, so we'll call it a day.
Well, that was a good video, guys, but at the end, sorry, guys. Well, see you guys in the next video. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and dab on those hitters. I know I'm not a Jake Paul, I'm a Luke Paul. See you guys in the next video. Bye!